Tonight, breaking news, the earthquake hitting right outside New York City, and just moments ago, the aftershocks felt just before we came on the air. A preliminary reading in these aftershocks, 4.0. This was the strongest quake in the region since the late 1800s, the 4.8 magnitude quake in New Jersey. It was centered right between New York City and Philadelphia. More than 40 million Americans from Maryland up to Maine feeling this. Skyscrapers shaking, homes evacuated, some buildings condemned tonight. The shaking can be seen in the EarthCam video of the Statue of Liberty. A ground stop for a time at New York area airports. Tonight, the crews inspecting bridges, tunnels, and the rails. Will there be more aftershocks? What authorities are saying to be prepared for tonight. The deadly nor'easter leaving hundreds of thousands still without power. And tonight, the new cross-country storm already on the way. And what it could mean for the solar eclipse on Monday. Rob Marciano tonight taking us city by city. The new threat alert in this country. Tonight, the FBI and Homeland Security now warning of potential threats to public gatherings. Why they're concerned, Pierre Thomas standing by with late reporting. Also tonight, the concern over Iran and a possible retaliatory attack. Tonight, U.S. officials warning Israel Iran may be planning an attack after Israel's deadly strike in Syria. What we're learning right now. President Biden in Baltimore today on the scene of that deadly bridge collapse. His promise there. And what we learned today about one of the workers who died and what he said in a message just moments before that bridge went down. Tonight, the urgent search for those two missing moms. They were going to pick up one of the mother's children. The car then found, and days later tonight, what authorities are now saying. The women rule, the women's Final Four, the big game tonight, ticket prices and viewership, what they're expecting even before it begins. Call it the Caitlin Clark effect. The incredible images tonight, the emergency and the plane seen parachuting to the ground. And the solar eclipse across America. Tonight, which cities will see it best on Monday? We'll be on the air Monday afternoon to show you. And tonight, right here, how so many communities are getting ready.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Friday night. And we begin tonight with the breaking news. The aftershocks felt just moments ago in New York City and beyond after that earthquake hit this morning, a 4.8 magnitude earthquake that struck at 10:23 this morning in White House Station, New Jersey, right between New York City and Philadelphia. These aftershocks moments ago registering a 4.0, almost as big as the earthquake itself. Now, the earthquake this morning rocking millions from Maryland right up to Maine, triggering confusion at first and then alarm. Ground stops at New York airports. The epicenter in New Jersey, some 40 miles west of New York City, 60 miles north of Philadelphia, the strongest in the area in more than 100 years. You can see the shaking in the live stream from the EarthCam webcam right at the top of the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor. That was quite something. And the rumbling, you can see it and hear it in this home in Middlesex, New Jersey. Pictures shaken off the walls, falling to the floor. A startled dog jumping from the window on the back of the couch there. Customers rushing out of a coffee shop. This was in Boonton, New Jersey. And the moment of confusion during a live-streamed event from New Jersey, taking off the headset there, not knowing what was going on. In Newark tonight, 3 buildings evacuated and condemned after suffering serious damage right during the earthquake. And as I mentioned off the top tonight, the aftershocks just moments ago. So senior meteorologist Rob Marciano is standing by in all of this and what could still be coming. And ABC's Trevor Ault leading us off in Newark tonight.
Tonight, millions in the Northeast on alert for aftershocks after a 4.8 magnitude earthquake rattled much of the eastern seaboard. The quake striking at 10:23 this morning, centered about 45 miles west of New York City in White House Station, New Jersey. Our New York station WABC broadcasting live, taking calls from alarmed viewers near the epicenter.
We were sitting on a couch and we originally thought that something exploded outside. Then it started shaking very, very, very violently. I mean, this explosion was near deafening. It was nuts. And then we went outside on the deck after it kind of settled down. You could feel the deck railing shaking like a jackhammer.
It's the strongest quake to hit the Garden State since the 1700s, lasting more than 30 seconds.
I thought it was like a truck driving past because sometimes my house will shake from that. And then I realized that can't happen from a truck. So I called my mom. I was like, Mom, is this an earthquake? She started screaming. She's like, get outside, get outside. Security cameras catching it shaking home, sending pets panicking. People running to safety out of this cafe. The shaking coming mid-haircut at this barber shop.
What the heck is that? Is that an earthquake?
The tremors felt from Maryland to Maine and major metros like Philadelphia and New York City, jolting the earth cam atop the Statue of Liberty.
We were actually stopped on the George Washington Bridge, and we felt something rumble. We didn't know if it was cars going by us or what it was.
But it felt like a joke, and then you saw cars go like this, kind of shake back and forth.
They even felt it during batting practice for opening day at Yankee Stadium.
I felt something. I thought, right? And then, I'm glad to hear it because I know that I'm not going crazy now.
Multiple airports issuing ground stops. Newark Airport alerting pilots.
All right, 72 aircraft awaiting departure. It seems like the tower is going to be evacuated.
The NYPD using drones to inspect bridges.
We've not identified any life-threatening situations, but we are certainly asking our local law enforcement and emergency services teams to be on guard for that as well.
Today's quake striking along what's known as the Ramapo Fault, which spans about 185 miles across New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Significant quakes on the East Coast are rare, but do happen. In 2011, a 5.8 quake centered in Virginia was felt by millions in more than a dozen states, even cracking part of the Washington Monument. Quake expert Dr. Lucy Jones said had this quake been centered under a major city, the damage could have been much more severe.
I think to be getting substantial damage, you need to be getting larger, 5.5 to 6, and you need to be putting it in an urban area.
And David, 3 of these homes here in Newark shifted during the quake. They've now been deemed unsafe, and 10 families have been evacuated. David, we also just learned of that 4.0 aftershock. That was registered not too far from here, and it was also felt in New York City. David?
Let's get more on that. Trevor, thank you. Let's bring in senior meteorologist Rob Marciano. Rob, this aftershock, a 4.0, that's not insignificant.
No, and we were worried about that. We had a number of 2.0 or less quakes after that first one. This 4.0, significant, sure, and it's going to be hours, if not days, of that threat continuing until the ground around that fault and that original quake settles down, David.
Expecting aftershocks in the hours to come. In the meantime, Rob, you're also tracking this next cross-country storm?
Yeah, weather-wise, this is another potent storm that's coming into the west, the core of which actually has already swung through California. We have over a foot of snow in the Sierra. We've got significant winds over 70 miles an hour in the Intermountain West. And look at the wind energy we expect into the mountains and into the plains. Red flag warnings are posted and high wind warnings as well. So let's track this thing. The bulk of the precip getting into the mountains, so more in the way of heavy snow there. Sunday into Monday, the energy gets into Dallas, and that's when we expect to see a severe weather threat for several days. But beginning Monday afternoon, after the eclipse, but that also means that we'll probably see clouds building up before the eclipse for Texas, for parts of Arkansas and Oklahoma up through Carbondale. Maybe a little break in the clouds going into Cleveland, Ohio. Buffalo, where I'll be, that'll be hit and miss. And the clouds get very close to Burlington, where you will be. So no guarantee of clear skies there. It's April. The atmosphere very active. We'll just have to see what the weather gods bring us on Monday. Hopefully everybody gets a sliver of clear skies during totality. David?
And you're getting a mix of everything as you stand there, the rain and the sun behind you. It is spring across this country. Rob, thank you again tonight. This evening, we are also following this new security warning right here in the U.S. from the FBI and Homeland Security, warning of potential threats to public gatherings. The timing of this and why they're concerned tonight. Here's our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, with late reporting.
Tonight, FBI and Homeland Security officials are warning U.S. law enforcement about the potential for terror inspired by that deadly ISIS attack in Moscow targeting a concert hall. The concern, according to the bulletin, violence targeting mass gatherings such as sports stadiums, concert venues, or houses of worship in the United States. Law enforcement told to be on the lookout for any suspicious activity. The bulletin coming just days before millions will gather to watch the eclipse on Monday. Authorities say following the Moscow attack, ISIS and its supporters celebrated the assault and shared graphic and violent attack footage, the terror group calling for similar attacks in the United States.
I'm told U.S. law enforcement is being urged to take this bulletin seriously. Sources say ISIS remains a very real threat, David.
Pierre Thomas, live in Washington. Pierre, thank you. U.S. authorities are also concerned tonight about Iran. They are warning of a possible retaliatory attack after a deadly Israeli strike in Syria we covered right here. ABC's Britt Clennett from inside Israel tonight.
Tonight, U.S. authorities are warning that Iran may be preparing for a retaliatory attack against Israel. A U.S. official telling ABC News retaliation could come as soon as this weekend or next week for that deadly IDF airstrike in Syria that killed 7 Revolutionary Guard members, including a top commander. It comes as the Israeli military fired 2 officers and suspended 2 commanders for the IDF attack that killed 7 aid workers in Gaza, including a dual U.S. citizen.
It was a terrible chain of errors, and it should never have happened.
Israel's own investigation outlining a tragic timeline. That World Central Kitchen convoy clearly marked with the logo, picking up aid shipment Monday night. Despite the charity coordinating their movements with the IDF, Israel saying drone operators were unaware of that plan and mistook an aid worker carrying a bag for a gunman, later opening fire. 2 passengers escaping the first vehicle, getting into a second, only to be hit by another missile. Survivors of that second strike were then killed in a third attack, all in just 4 minutes. The World Central Kitchen renewing calls for an independent investigation, saying the IDF cannot credibly investigate its own failure. Tonight, after President Biden bluntly warned Netanyahu to take concrete steps to protect aid workers and civilians, or the U.S. will reassess its support, Israel announcing it will open the Erez crossing in northern Gaza, as well as a port to allow more aid in. But those steps by Israel don't address the White House calls to protect aid workers. Despite that today, President Biden saying Israel is following through.
I asked them to do what they're doing.
And David, back to that U.S. concern of an attack on Israel from Iran. ABC News is told Iran could strike Israel's diplomatic facilities or possibly a direct strike. And David, President Biden calling on the leaders of Egypt and Qatar to press Hamas for a hostage deal with Israel. David.
Still so many moving parts. Britt Clennett with late reporting from Tel Aviv tonight. Britt, thank you. Tonight, President Biden, meanwhile, was on the scene today of that deadly bridge collapse in Baltimore. His message to that city, they promised the federal government will pay for the new bridge, will build the bridge. The president also meeting with the families of the 6 workers who lost their lives. And what we learned today about one of the workers who died, what he said in a message just moments before the bridge went down. Here's Mary Bruce.
President Biden today boarding Marine One, traveling to Baltimore for an eagle-eye view of the wreckage of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. 1 week after that devastating collision, a giant ship smashing into the bridge, bringing it crashing down.
I'm here to say your nation has your back, and I mean it. Your nation has your back.
For roughly an hour, the president privately consoling the families of some of the 6 workers killed. 3 of their bodies yet to be recovered.
Just seconds before, one of the men named Carlos, who was only 24, left a message for his girlfriend. Here's what it said. "We just poured cement. We're waiting for it to dry," he said. Well, to all the families and loved ones who are grieving, I've come here to grieve with you. We all are. My vow is that we will not rest, as Carlos said, until the cement has dried and the entirety of a new bridge. A new bridge.
And the president today calling for Congress to cover the full cost of this recovery.
And the Army Corps of Engineers has now announced an ambitious timeline to reopen this port, hoping to have 1 temporary channel open by the end of this month and to be back at normal capacity by the end of May, David.
All right, Mary Bruce, traveling with the president. Mary, thank you. We turn next tonight to the urgent search for those 2 missing moms. They were going to pick up one of the mother's children. The car was found. But days later now, what authorities are saying. Here's ABC's Mola Lengi.
Now missing for nearly a week, Oklahoma authorities say foul play is suspected in the case of 2 mothers who vanished without a trace.
We have not found these women yet. We are still searching, and our investigators are working around the clock to do what they can to find these 2 victims.
39-year-old Jillian Kelly and 27-year-old Veronica Butler of Hugoton, Kansas, were last seen on Saturday on their way to pick up Veronica's 8-year-old son and daughter to celebrate her 6th birthday, according to ABC affiliate KVII. But the 2 moms never arrived. Local authorities recovering the blue Kia SUV they were in, abandoned along a highway south of the Oklahoma-Kansas border.
Our investigators, based on the evidence and the information that they had found inside of the victim's vehicle, that they believe that there was foul play involved in this case.
Veronica, a known businesswoman in the community, was reportedly in the middle of a custody battle. Jillian, an acquaintance and pastor's wife, was said to be riding along for support.
Well, David, investigators tell us this search has been especially difficult since the 2 moms disappeared in a rural area without many homes or businesses that might have security camera footage. David.
All right, Mola Lenghi tonight. Mola, thank you. There is news on the economy tonight. A blockbuster new jobs report surging past expectations today. Employers adding 303,000 new jobs last month. Unemployment ticking down to 3.8%. The Federal Reserve still laser focused on continuing to tame inflation as it considers cutting interest rates up to 3 times this year. Now to a different set of numbers tonight. Ticket prices and viewership for the women's Final Four expected to set records tonight. Here's Ariel Reshef.
Tonight, potentially history in the making, with tickets for the NCAA Women's Final Four already double the men's.
For 3.
And ratings for tonight's game between Iowa and UConn expected to break records.
Clark steps back, fires, you bet!
Many tuning in to see Iowa star Caitlin Clark, the all-time leading scorer in college basketball history.
People didn't really ever think we would get to the Final Four, and now to be here back-to-back times is amazing.
Earlier tonight, #1 South Carolina beating #3 NC State.
South Carolina will play for the national championship.
Super cool opportunity for us to play in another Final Four. This is kind of what our players came to South Carolina for.
The average price of a ticket, $2,323. The men's games averaged less than half that, $1,001 each. David, all the action will be on our sister network, ESPN, tonight, and of course, millions will be watching. David?
We understand your excitement. We're excited too. ESPN tonight. Ariel Reshef on a Friday. Thanks, Ariel. When we come back here on a Friday night, the plane actually seen parachuting to the ground. Those on board were saved, and you'll see it. And what Paul McCartney is saying tonight about Beyoncé's Blackbird. Tonight, the emergency on board and the plane seen parachuting to the ground near Tampa. A witness saying they heard a loud explosion beforehand. The plane then deploying a parachute, gently landing, spinning there as it crashes into a residential area upside down. 2 people on board the plane walked away unharmed. Incredible. When we come back here tonight, Paul McCartney weighing in tonight on Beyoncé's Blackbird and where Powerball now stands. Your big chance. To the Index tonight, Sir Paul McCartney praising Beyoncé's Blackbird.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
McCartney saying Beyoncé's cover is magnificent, saying it reinforces the civil rights message that inspired him to write the song so many decades ago. The Powerball jackpot now at $1.3 billion. The drawing is tomorrow night, the 4th largest prize in the game's history. Let us know if you win. When we come back here tonight, from small towns to big cities, how Americans are getting ready for the solar eclipse. Finally tonight here, getting ready for the solar eclipse. Tonight, the eclipse across America, just days away now, Monday afternoon, right here on ABC. We'll be live all along the path of totality. Our teams in so many states, more than 2,000 miles from Texas all the way to Maine. The moon will cast a shadow about 123 miles wide on the ground, moving at a speed of nearly 2,000 miles per hour. The closer you are to that center line, the longer you'll be in complete darkness. In some places, it will last up to 4 minutes, 28 seconds.
Hi, David.
Dr. Jedidah Eisler, an astrophysicist and National Geographic explorer. She'll be with us, and she's with us tonight.
One cool difference between the 2017 eclipse and the one that we're going to see now is that the moon is closer to the Earth. So both totality will be longer, and the actual path will be almost double what it was in 2017. Happy solar eclipse!
Along that path, millions of Americans preparing to witness the breathtaking sight. In Ypsilanti, Michigan, the students at Eastern Michigan University test launching their high-altitude weather balloon.
There we go. Overall, I think it's pretty good. It's really up there.
They plan to release it Monday and live stream the solar eclipse from 80,000 feet. Senior Rosalind Friend.
It's so cool to be doing science. Like, I get to do, real science.
Janet and Neil Bergman from Fresno, California, flying more than 1,300 miles to Austin, Texas.
Hi, David.
They're in Texas tonight.
We thought that we would try and see it because the next one isn't for 20 more years, so took a chance on this one.
We hope the weather's good.
And in Rochester, New York.
Hi, David. I'm Lindsay.
Lindsay Ternoff at Laughing Gold Chocolates, preparing dessert for those watching upstate.
We're here at the shop making lots of chocolate molds. We have suns and moons. We have truffles that we have adorned with white chocolate stars, and they actually look like the eclipse when you cut into them. And we have celestial bark.
Hoping to make a sweet moment across America even sweeter. The eclipse, Monday afternoon. Well, we can't wait. You'll have a perfect view right here on ABC, the ABC News National Geographic event, Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you then. Good night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.